Okay, we're just about to start, but before we turn you guys loose, as it were, can we just have a word from each of the judges to introduce themselves? So,
Sorry. I'm Sandra Bocha, I'm from Brazil, and I'm director of a business magazine about small and medium enterprises.
Hi, I'm Kulbir Rorav, here from New York. I'm the CTO at Goldman Sachs.
I'm David Tisch. I'm also from New York. I am the managing director of Techstars, which is a seed stage accelerator program.
Hi, I'm Rob Miles, the tall, good-looking lecturer from University of Hull, best university in the world and software design challenge captain.
Is it the last one, is it, Rob?
Edward Happ, I'm the Chief Information Officer of the International Red Cross Red Crescent Societies in Geneva.
Hi, I'm David Connor. I'm from Liverpool in England, and I'm the European Director of a company called 3BL Media.
Hi, I'm Fiona Wood. I'm from Australia, and I'm a burns surgeon.
Hi there. So, my name is Yusuf Wadi from Team Oasys, and this is the team. Hani Abu Huwaj. Hello. We have Hamad Azzam.
Hello.
Munir Abu Hilal.
Hello.
So basically, today, we're going to be talking to you about a serious problem. So, the schedule for our presentation today, we're going to start off with an introduction. The problem itself is a big problem, and we discuss it in details. We're going to go to the solutions, on-market solutions, other things we tried as well. We're going to go into a demo, and right after that, we're going to start talking about how we're going to go to the market, the GTM plan. Then, we're going to talk about the tech, the geeky stuff. Right after that, we're going to talk about the interests and feedback, and then we're going to go into Q&A. So, our team, Oasys, with our project Horizon, it's composed of Munir, our system architect, right over there again. Hamad Azzam, PR marketing, very active today, you'll see why. We have Hadi Abu Huwaj, web architect, and myself, I'm handling the business for this. So the problem, I'm gonna put in a video. There's no way on earth I can actually show you the problem without being the person in that chair. So let's watch this video together.
طبعا أنا فاطمة فتح العشا تعرضت لإصابة في عام 94 سبب هاي الإصابة عفوا حدث سير تعرضت له بالسعودية كانت الإصابة بالعمود الفقري إصابتي جدا عالية بالفقرات العنقية C4 و C5 مما أدى إلى شلل رباعي عفوا إعاقة بالأطراف الأربعة وصعوبة جدا باختصار شديد يعني هاي الإعاقة فعلا من معنى الكلمة هي إعاقة كانت تمنعنا شغلات كتيرة إنه كنت أحبها أو أمارسها بحياتي باختصار شديد اللي هو الكمبيوتر. الكمبيوتر كان بالنسبة لي عالم كتير واسع ووسيلة اتصال بالعالم الخارجي والعالم الداخلي كمان وتقريبا فيك تقول أنا بحللي مشاكل كتيرة كنت أواجهها بحياتي المطالعة الرسم التصميم عفوا الكتابة عفوا التأليف بالنسبة لي كتير مهم بحب الكتابة كتير بشكل مش طبيعي كنت هذا غير حاصل عليه نهائيا.
I want you all to try to remember the sad face she has here. And by the time we're going to show you the solution, we're going to show you what we did. So, the problem we're addressing is quadriplegia, paralysis in general, loss of limbs as well. So, damage to the spinal cord could cause a person to go into quadriplegic state if it was high up in the vertebrae. Now, sometimes loss of body movement, and then you have head movement could also be jerky at some times. So this is something that we need to keep in mind. Statistics. There's 4.7 million currently worldwide with quadriplegia. 32 people from every million increase. That's what we get every year, 32 new people for every million. We also, you can see it's an exponential growth. It's not something that's small, it's growing fast. What's happening here is what's on the market is not enough. It's not closing up the gap that's happening. So you can see they're expensive. They're not easily available. The devices for the people to actually use the PC barely exist. They're expensive or unavailable. We'll show you exactly what I mean as we go on in this presentation. What happens when you don't have this? When you don't have these devices, people lose their education. At that time, their social life plunges down. And there's a lot of other things that are also affected, like privacy. So, solutions. There are on-market solutions. I'm not saying we are going to reinvent the wheel. We have a very nice trick in the project that we did invent, and we'll show it to you. So, the on-market solutions, there's a competitor up there. In best cases, you can get it $300. And I'm talking about a sale, and if you're living in the same city that they're providing the solution. Down there, you have a very cheap solution, which is a stick where the quadriplegic patient could actually use that stick to control the PC by clicking the keyboard. Not very user-friendly. But now, I put a mouse here, left side. What we are achieving here, what we're trying to achieve here, is that we want something as available as this normal mouse, as cheap as that mouse. I want people to be able to go to any shop and say, I want this device. Let's put it there. Let's get it running. It's hard because manufacturing costs always put the prices up. Availability will always be an issue. We tried image processing. We went into image processing at the beginning. We also tried that many times. Processing power, it's consuming to the PC. You start getting lags. It wasn't that user-friendly. Physical factors. Light, someone passes by, someone turns the light off. Someone's looking at the screen with you. You know, we've seen solutions where you blink to click. If someone's watching over the screen with you, just clicks his eyes, that's it. He's clicking now. Disturbance. There's a lot of physical disturbance out there that would make the camera go crazy sometimes. So, what are we going to do? We looked at the Nintendo Wii. Amazing solution. We were like, okay, this is an interesting thing. We were looking at it at the beginning. It's cheap. You can get it on eBay, a legal clone for $15. IR LEDs, you can get them anywhere. Basically, these two, you can get them literally anywhere. Go to any gaming store and tell them I want a Wii and get a broken remote control from a TV and you have an IR LED. With complex software, we will give the PC the movement that the patient needs. They'll start controlling the PC with their head movement. Now, something that's missing on the market, an app store. There's not enough applications for quadriplegic patients. So what we're going to do now is add an app store. From that app store, these patients here will actually start consuming applications that other developers are putting online. Mobile communication. We're going to make it very easy. We wanted to utilize any normal mobile phone to make phone calls with only head movement. So, let's take you to a demo with Munir. So basically, the application's on pause, and let's free it. As you can see, he has a small IR LED on the cap. That's clicked up there. Nintendo Wii connected to the PC. So with these two combinations and a simple stand, he's now controlling the PC. Now, I would like to emphasize something. How is he clicking? Everyone's asking that same question. Clicks, we tried a normal clicker next to the mouth. Patients that we were working with, like Fatima, was like, I don't want something near my mouth. All the patients we were working with was like, get that on the side, we don't need it. So we implemented something like auto-click. Auto-click, basically, if you stand somewhere for a certain amount of time, it clicks. So when he's on etch for a while, then if it's clickable, it's going to click. And now you have an autocomplete keyboard. So part of the solution is that you have an autocomplete keyboard as well, which you don't get online. There isn't any. Why did you implement that? The problem with auto-click, it waits for a certain period of time and then it clicks. If you're going to type a whole word, it's going to take a while. So what we did here is just basically continue the word for them. So if you're writing something like congratulations, just write con, it's going to get up there. Click it really fast, you're done. As you can see, he just posted something on Facebook. Now, we're going to take you into the App Store. Now, when we were building this, we were thinking about Fitt's Law. Fitt's Law says the bigger the button, the less of the movement to the mouse. It's a better solution. So, using Windows Live is going to log into our system. And in the App Store, we only have 4 things right now. So, this is based on Pivot Viewer. Pivot Viewer, the nice thing about it is you can actually control the size of the buttons. We have big buttons there. And by doing that, you can see that it doesn't require a lot of head movement. They can get to the application they need. Whoever wants to post an application can post it there. Okay, so that's a demo. That's a short demo, and let's go on. Back to the presentation, the go-to-market plan. This is a nice gadget. How am I going to get it there? Everyone's telling me you're utilizing something that's there. How are you going to play this right? So, first thing, you need good packaging. So the first package we have is on the left side. The package we call is premium. You can get a lot of things here, the software plus application licensing, the App Store, Wiimote, IR LED, USB power. And when you say IR LED, this means it's nicely packaged. You have the USB power for the Wii, the Wiimote stand, and USB mobile modem. So, I just said USB mobile modem. And we also said that we have phone calls. So let's see that now with Munir. So we can see how the full package works. We just saw a small demonstration. So he's going to go to phone access. He's going to start the clicker again. Phone access. This utilizes a normal phone he has right there. It's a simple Nokia phone. It's not that a smartphone. It's just a phone. So he's going to make a phone call using his head movements. The phone's on speaker. Okay, nice. So basically, we're just dialing a number in Jordan. We don't have roaming service, so we're just going to show it off so you can hear that it actually calls. Second thing, a lot of patients told us we don't have phones. What do? We're like, okay, fine. Don't buy one. We have partnered up with a telecommunication company in Jordan. We're working on something called the Huawei E173. It's a modem with a GSM card. Using that now, you can send SMSs, receive SMSs, send and make mobile calls. You basically have control of the PC like a normal phone. So that's what you get when you have the premium package. Now the light package. That's the basic, you have the basic controlling functionalities. This is going to allow you just to control the PC. You have the Wii, the IR LED, and the software. And then you have the developer package. This is the point where partnerships could happen. What we're doing now is calling different agencies around the world and telling them, we'll give you the software, we'll tell you how to build the hardware, and let's get this done and put it on every market. It's just easy as getting a Wii. All right. How will we sustain our business? We have here 5 pillars that we're going to hold our business up on. The software, licensing, resale from the hardware, donations. This is something we actually are triggering. We're going to get to that when I get to feedback. App Store percentage. We're going to start taking a small percentage of developers that are putting their applications online. And we will not be charging any patients that will write code. So yes, we are making a plugin for patients to start writing code on Visual Studio so they can start selling applications around. And then we have CSR. We already contacted Automex, one of the biggest shipping companies in the world. Omni and Zain are telecommunication companies, and they're battling now, and we're trying to get the best deal out of both. So the roadmap, 2010, it passed by. It was mostly research, initiation, development, prototyping. 2011, that's what we're looking at now. First quarter and second quarter, we had the marketing PR planning. We finished there. Initial business plan execution. And now we're going to start getting resources, start packaging phase, and we're going to go to market hopefully by Q4. Here's an example of something we're trying to figure out now. We're trying to get a deal through. Armix wanted to build the first 1,000 devices. We said we're going to do that for you. So they tried something called SmartNav. The device cost nearly 1,000 to 1,500. Do the math. That's $1 million. So we said 100, we'll give you the device for 100. Put 1,000 next to it, you have 100,000, you have literally 1,000 devices. They're going to put them in labs, and patients can access them now. Tech. How is this thing built? So basically, simplicity. Simplicity is the key factor here. At the same time, there's a trick of complex software. As you can see, there's IR LED. It transmits to the Wii remote its position. Now, if you remember in the beginning, I said that image processing had a problem, where the processing happens on the PC. Here, the image processing for infrared happens on the Wiimote itself. What we do is we collect data telling us where the head is in space, and then we process it even further on the PC. But it's like nearly 1/10 the processing you need with image processing. So, the Wiimote does the first initial processing, sends it through Bluetooth to a processing layer on the PC. Right there, we process it, and then we do noise cancellation, cursor movement, and that's where then the application level starts, and you have all these gadgets, the auto clicker, the mobile communication, the advanced keyboard, and all that. The stack is built in a modular sense. We don't want to just create an application, put it out there. We want people to actually start contributing, and we want to try different hardware with our application. So we start off on a Windows 7 base. We utilize Windows 7 API, the Wiimote driver. We have the Horizon Wiimote, the driver integration. That's something we wrote. That's where you can actually start integrating more detailed sense of the hardware. .NET framework, and then you have the Horizon API layer. This is where other application developers can actually link in. You have the WPF, the front end, the user experience area, and then you have the last level on top is the application. You can also see there's Microsoft Speech API. Yes, we're using Speech API to speed up the process. So if you say something to the PC, it actually starts speeding it up. Windows does support some of that features, but there's some missing that we are adding. SQL Server 2008 and ASP.NET for the App Store. It also has Silverlight Facebook API, just-in-time compiler for the collection for Pivot Viewer. So, interests and feedback. This is something that we were really excited about a couple of days ago. Queen Rania actually gave us a nice tweet saying, congratulations, keep up the good work, and now we're trying to contact her for donations for the first run. Mr. Osama Fayyad. This guy is a big head that used to be at Yahoo. He was one of the VPs at Yahoo. He said he was personally interested in this thing when I met him in a course in Empretech. We have the Council for the Disabled Affairs in Jordan as well. He said that this kind of device could help patients reconnect to the world. And we also have Aramix, the head of Aramix CEO, Fadi Ghandour. He literally wrote a tweet after seeing one of our presentations in Jordan saying, give me the details, let's start implementing. We're actually starting to contact him for the first 1,000 devices. And remember the sad face that I showed you at the beginning. I want you to see this video.
بقدر يكون عندي خصوصية بالاستعمال أو بأي شيء أنا بدي إياه. كتير كتير حلو بالنسبة لي. يا أخي والله مش عارفة أحكي. خلص أنا بالعربي مبسوطة وانتهى الموضوع. يعني عاجزة عن التعبير صراحة والله العظيم. أنا عاجزة كتير عن التعبير. بكل بساطة الموبايل وكل بعيد عنها. اللابتوب قريب. تصير على اللابتوب. هاي فكرة يعني حلوة نايس يعني أنا هاي دخلت.
I want you to see that face now. This is the thing that drove us into continuing every day. After a couple of patients, thank you. Thanks. Right there, that's her first word since 1994. And that's her first doodle since 1994. She was so ecstatic about them, we actually took screenshots and put them into frames for her. And here's a big surprise that we did today. This morning, we woke up and we decided we're going to do something crazy. We have a small documentary for you.
Good afternoon. My name is Edward McLaughlin. I'm the Patient Care Center Director for a spinal cord injury at the James J. Peters Medical Center. Today we were able to use the Horizon, which helps our patients navigate the computer. And what we did find is that it's very optimal for our patients.
Your honest opinion. It doesn't have to be like preachers or so.
Oh no, sure.
Yeah, you're on.
Oh. So the Horizon, it's a lot more natural moving than the other products I've seen, and it seems really user-friendly, and it's cheap, which is nice, because everyone can afford it.
I like the idea of the hat. It's not very awkward, and I tested it, and I slipped right through all the applications. You could probably surf the web with that application as quick as you could with your hands.
I think that this is one of the greatest things that you can do for a quadriplegic, because it can give them a lot of freedom to explore the computer and get on the internet.
And what was the best part in your experience?
The best part of this is that, well, actually the liberty of not being able to use it without using your hands. So I think that's one of the greatest things that you have on this.
And right now I would have to say it's probably the best system that we have for our patients. And by that I mean a quadriplegic. Thank you.
I want to stress a word here. I would like to stress a word here when he said the liberty of using the PC without moving my hands. This thing actually got us all emotional. We were actually shocked of the footage. When we got it, we ran back to the hotel going like, guys, let's put it in the video. This is amazing. Okay, so questions, and we hope we have the answers.
Hi guys, my first question, right from the start of your presentation, you mentioned quadriplegia was an exponential trend.
Yeah.
Can you explain that for me, please?
So basically what's happening in the world is that as we are increasing our technology, especially automobiles, car accidents, motorcycle accidents are growing massively. And you can see this trend actually mostly in India, where there's a lot of motorcycles and literally every day you see someone on the street just fell off the bike or either got killed or went into a quadriplegic state. So the numbers that we got were actually showing us that if this keeps on going, the numbers are going to keep growing as we go on.
Thank you very much. We saw two examples, very emotional examples of your technology being used. But have you done more extensive field testing with this?
Yes. So basically we had a problem at the beginning. This has been going on for a year. We've been going forward and backwards, getting feedback. We tried out different technologies with different patients. The only problem is that we couldn't always get a video to show. The problem is that you can see that they start living in a social bubble. And it was really hard to actually convince at least one patient to talk to us. But what we did is actually we worked with a whole council in Jordan. And we've been going there on visits, on occasional visits every now and then. And the nice part about it is that every time we bring in the device, just like Mike, it takes him 20 minutes to start using the device. It's very natural, very straightforward.
So you have a very good business plan. I would like to know if you done by yourself.
Yes, basically, yes, we did. I'm an Empretech certified, so I've been doing this for a while now, and it takes a while. It took me a year to actually come up with a perfect, solid business plan, to be honest.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
What do you intend to do when you start making real money?
Sorry?
What do you intend to do when you start making money?
We're basically going to start putting back as much as we can into more research and more devices, to be honest. We started off this project as trying to resolve a small problem with pricing. And after we deal with a lot of patients, we noticed that we can literally change the world. And that's why we want to actually keep researching and putting back into the market as much as we can. We're excited about the Connect, starting to detect facial movement. We're thinking of going there, maybe. We're open to all technologies until we get what we need, and we'll keep on pushing onto the market what we can do.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So you have a very defined business plan?
Yeah.
What's the first change you're going to make in it? What's the biggest problem in it today?
In the business plan? Well, actually, we might have a small problem with the amount that we might sell. To be honest, I think we're going to sell a bit more than we can actually handle.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, we'll hire people.
So no, I mean this seriously, because product, software, company development's iterative. You have an incredibly laid out pricing structure for your software. I don't believe that when you go to market, that's probably going to be what you go to market as. What do you see as the biggest risk in your current plan that you think will change?
There might be a bit of more, we might add more technology into some parts of the system. The main reason is that we want to make sure that anyone's entry point would be hard to actually come into our market and try to compete with us. We want to stay on the blue ocean side. We don't want to go into the bloody ocean, just let them compete, and we're going to stay out of that.
Let me ask a technical question. In the early part of your presentation, you mentioned that a lot of quadriplegics have shaky heads.
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't understand how your solution works in that situation.
So basically what we're doing is at the noise cancellation layer. We can go back to that slide. That's where, let's get there. Right, up, yep, almost there. One more. Yeah, here we go. So basically at the noise cancellation level, this is the point where we start giving you the ability to change the threshold you need, and according to how shaky your head is, you can actually start canceling the noise and let the mouse actually stay there.
What gave you I think the innovation here is to look at the Wiimote and assuming a Bluetooth connection, and so you offloaded some of the processing.
Yes.
Where did that idea come from? Are you guys gamers?
Well, basically, no. To be honest, what happened at the beginning is that we tried off a couple of image processing systems, and I've been working with 3D animations for a while as well. The problem with these things is that they always kill the PC, the processor. We tried our first solution out, and when we started using it, the PC started becoming sluggish. The time passes by, it gets even worse. We tried it in a cafe. It didn't work at all because people were running around all over the place. So we were like, okay, we need to get the processing level out. we started looking out in the market. We said we still need it available. The most available thing at that time we were looking at is webcam. But then we're like, how could we actually do this? And then we came up with the IR camera. And the IR camera was painted at a company called Pixart. Pixart is actually painted it and they put it in the Nintendo Wii. And then we noticed, okay, we can get our hands on a Wii, let's disassemble it. And as soon as we tried to disassemble it, then we're like, why would we do that? Keep it the way it is, let's see if we can actually get it running. It worked.
Okay, you have a rather nice plastic stand on the holding the Wii. I couldn't quite see in your costings where the price of manufacture of the stand would come in and what impact that has on your sales prices.
This is a mobile stand for the cars.
So you're basically, okay, so it's not something which you're having to, you don't manufacture that,
nope.
You just buy that in and it happens to fit.
That's what I meant by resale. So we looked on the market, we got this and we got the Gorilla Pod as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
what we're doing here is like, we don't want to build something. Now, if we're going to start manufacturing something, that's the second it's going to become less available. And that's the point where we're going to start to have to go into China and start going like, we need 10,000 pieces. They go like, no, we don't do 10,000 pieces.
Okay. Second, just if I could, the Wii Remote can track more than one LED. Do you have any plans to make use of multiple LED tracking, or have you thought about that?
Sorry?
The Wii Remote can track multiple LEDs as opposed to just one.
That's actually on one of our plans. We're waiting for the strategy. By the end of this year, we have 2 tracks. For next year, we have a track saying we might use 2 IR LEDs, and that way you can actually start getting distance as well. And the second one is that we're trying to look at the Connect. So we're still open to the technology, as I said, and we're trying to find out the best solution. If the Connect does not start supporting facial detection and other than skeletal detection, we're going to start using 2 IR LEDs until we start getting there.
You mentioned in the beginning that speech recognition was a part of the system. Actually, you have it listed with voice commands there. How does speech recognition integrate with the system, and how do you decide between using speech or using head movement for the systems?
I could show you a small demo right now. So Munir is going to hook it up. And as he hooks it up, I'm going to tell you exactly what we're doing here. It's basically, we're adding more voice commands into Windows. Everyone knows Windows has that. But the problem is that there's some things that don't exist. For example, the word click. And this is one of the things that patient told us about. It was like, I would like to say click instead of waiting. So we implemented now click and at the same time left click. And we're still working on more voice commands. So all you have to do is activate voice command. And turn the clicker off, the auto clicker, and go for it.
Right click.
That's a right click.
Left click.
So this is the layer we have where voice recognition actually can jump in. And this is how you can actually start utilizing your voice, the clicks, and stay away from the patient's face so they can still interact with other people in a simple way, in a simple manner. Just on time.
So just a follow-up question to that.
Yeah.
So you got feedback from a number of sources, obviously from Fatma, which was a wonderful video that you showed. But what did you change in the system as a result of the feedback?
A lot of things. The first prototype we had, I wish we had a picture right now, but you could see it on my Facebook account. The first prototype was literally this big. It hooks up on a headset, it's like this big. You can see a picture of me trying to demo it, and they actually shoved something in my mouth to click, and it was annoying. We went to the patient, he said, I'm not going to even use this. Get it out of my face. We're like, fine. So we left. We made it smaller. We came back with a small clicker, wireless. We put a lot of work into it. Look at it, it's like, no, take it back. We took the wireless clicker back. Came back, it's like, what? How do you want to click? It was like, voice. Give me some other solution. We come up with auto-click. Let's try auto-click. They loved it. Voice went perfect. Speed started becoming an issue with the auto-click. So the virtual keyboard in Windows wasn't good enough. Went online, looked for auto-suggest, didn't exist. Okay, build one. So that's like the back and forth thing that we kept on doing is how we actually built the application. There's 52 seconds.
Sorry, you've got a subscription model which is paid per. You say there's a fee. Is that an annual fee for your licenses for your software?
Basically, for the App Store, yes. For the software, no. Okay. For the software, we just want to go for once.
Okay, so one-off cost at that point.
Yeah, we might change it if things go, every quarter we'll start looking at the quarter ahead just in case as sales goes on.
Okay, well, thank you very much. That's pretty much second perfect. That's a wonderful way to end the evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So thanks to all the teams, thanks to the audience for staying the distance, whether you did or not. And we're going to go away now and deliberate, and this man will do it.
A couple of quick announcements. Again, thank you and congratulations to all the finalist teams who presented here. Tomorrow we're going to have the World Festival, which is the award ceremony. It starts at 4 p.m. at the Koch Theater at Lincoln Center. All the students need to be at their showcases. So we will have showcase tomorrow at the Koch Theater. So please work with your Microsoft counterparts and make sure that you know what you're doing. And we look forward to having you all there. Thank you again.